Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Clarissa, and on this channel I love to do all things pick a card, tarot, spirituality related. I'm going to put a little disclaimer here that I am here alone today. My husband is at work. This is being filmed on a weekday and I have the day off, and so my cat and my dog are in the room with me currently. I have a French bulldog, his name is Reggie, and he makes a lot of noise. So if you hear anything in the background, most likely him. He'll probably settle in here in a bit and be snoring. So if you hear that in one of these readings, my apologies. I have the mic as close to me as possible. Hopefully that will drown out some of the noise. And my cat Luna is in here as well today. She makes noise occasionally when she's like getting off of her tower and stuff, so she may be a little loud today too, so my apologies. But they are my babies and I don't have the heart to kick either of them out of the room today since my husband is not home. Don't want them to be alone. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the piles today for today's reading. I'm sure that you can tell from the title of the video that this pick a card is going to be focused on messages and advice from spirit regarding your love life. So we've done things a little bit differently here today. I'm going to use 3 different tarot decks corresponding with the 3 different readings. So this will be for pile number 1, 2, and 3. For pile number 1, we have the Ace of Cups that is in the Light Seers Tarot deck. This is a very beautiful card. And then we have the Lapis Lazuli. I'm pretty sure this is Lapis Lazuli. It's been a while since I purchased these crystals, so I'm pretty sure this one is Lapis Lazuli. If I'm incorrect, I'm sorry, and please feel free to correct me in the comments below if you know that this is not Lapis Lazuli. So the Lapis Lazuli crystal and the Ace of Cups from the Light Seers Tarot is associated with pile number 1. With pile number 2, we have the Ace of Cups from the Good Karma Tarot. And we have the Rose Quartz here as well. And then this will be associated with pile number 2. And then for pile number 3, we have the Ace of Cups from the Modern Witch Tarot deck. And this is Green Adventuring. That is also associated with this pile. So I'm going to give you guys a moment to meditate, pause the video if you need to pick which pile you are the most drawn to, the one that intuitively speaks to you for the reading today. If you're new to pick a card readings, I really don't believe that you can pick a pile incorrectly. I feel like there's always some sort of message in there that you need to hear. But if you're listening to the pile and it is just not resonating with you, you do not have to continue to listen. You can try one of the other piles that you were drawn to, or you can listen to the whole reading. Maybe that will kind of help you pick out bits and pieces that are the most applicable to you. Whatever is, and when I say whole reading, I mean like the entire video. So like all 3 readings individually. Or, there may not be a message in here for you today, and that's all right. If that is the case, then I will see you in the next pick a card reading. But I'll give you a moment to go ahead and meditate on which pile you are the most drawn to. You can then go to the description box, and there will be timestamps for each of the piles in the description box that will take you directly to your reading, and I will see you guys there. Thank you so much. All right there, hello, pile number 1. Thank you so much for joining me for your reading for today. So let's go ahead and get into it. As a reminder, if you picked the Lapis Lazuli crystal as well as the Light Seers Tarot deck, this is your reading for today regarding love advice and messages from spirit regarding your love life. So let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards here. We have Justice, we have Temperance, we have the 7 of Swords, we have the 7 of Pentacles, we have the 3 of Wands, the Magician, and the 9 of Swords. So I am really getting the feeling that in terms of your love life, and I feel like this is something that is already past, I'm really getting the feeling that this is kind of, you know, the past, or kind of something that you're still coming out of. I feel like there was somebody in your life, a romantic partner, is what I'm feeling the most particular toward, that really deceived you. Perhaps you thought that they were a different person than they were. Maybe you knew about some of the negative tendencies that they had, or some of the negative attributes that they had, and you thought that you could fix or change them. And with the 9 of Swords here and the 7 of Swords, I'm just really getting this energy that this person was not a good person and did not treat you well, and tended to gaslight you, manipulate you, made you feel like you were crazy in your relationship, and overall just like a negative energy. And I feel like you spent a lot of time agonizing over this relationship, agonizing over the breakup, agonizing over the decision to make to like end things. Because I really feel like you loved this person and you cared a lot for this person, but I'm feeling that they did not reciprocate that for you. They may have told you that they loved you. They may have done things in the beginning to love bomb you and make you feel loved and secure, and then as time went on, they made you feel really bad about yourself and made you feel very bad about the relationship and made you question, you know, if this is what love is, then do I even want it? And that makes me feel really sad for you guys, pile number 1. I just feel like it was a very difficult, tumultuous relationship, and for some of you, it may have even been a karmic relationship. And, you know, this was kind of destined to happen for you so that you could realize what it is you were wanting from this person, from this relationship, or I mean from future relationships, excuse me. It's funny because I don't know if you've ever heard the song by SZA, Hate You. It's one of her newer songs. If you're on TikTok, you've definitely heard it, and that is the song that came into my mind when I was setting up your tarot cards, like after I had shuffled for them and received them from Spirit, and I was laying them out for you. That is like the song that popped into my head. And maybe that's for a reason. Maybe some of you really did feel like, you know, you gave your all to this person, you really loved this person, and they screwed you over. And you do hate them, and you don't wish good things for them, and you're angry still with them for what they did to you and how they destroyed you. I want to let you know that I'm seeing in Justice and Temperance that karma does come back around for this person. Like, you don't have to worry about trying to get this person back. You don't have to worry about, you know, if this person will kind of get off from what they did to you, like, without any consequences, essentially. Like, I really do believe that the universe is a balancing force, and, you know, what we put out in the world is what we'll get back. And so the negativity that they put out towards you is what they will end up getting back tenfold. I'm so sorry right now if you hear my cat. She is using her litter box, and both of my animals are just being like super obnoxious today. I literally tried to film the intro of this video like 3 times, and then I was like, you know what? We just gotta do it. I'm not gonna kick them out of the room. If you listen to the intro, you know I'm not gonna kick them out of the room, so I'm sorry. If you can hear that in the background, I'm so sorry. Anyways, I feel like for you really need to take some time to heal, okay? This relationship really worked a number on you. Like, this person really, I feel like this person really destroyed your self-confidence and your self-worth and made you feel like that was the best that you were going to get. It's like interesting because these are both sword cards, but we have the crows here in both of them, and like, I love this expression of this crow looking like very shocked and dumbfounded and just like, I don't know. I feel like there is a part of you that knew what could end up happening with this relationship, but there was like a bigger part of you that didn't want to believe it and wanted to believe your partner when they told you that they loved and cared for you. And I feel like a lot of really heavy emotion. And I'm so sorry that somebody had such a damaging effect on you and made you feel like you were not worthy of love, of somebody that actually cared for you and wouldn't treat you this way. I really do feel like the scales are going to balance out for you in your favor. I feel like justice is a lot about what we put into the world, like, and what we're going to get back in return. And the scales of justice always even out. I'm a Libra moon and a Libra Mercury, and balance is something that's very important to me. And I want you to know that Spirit is saying that balance will come back into your life regarding your love life and like your situations with future people. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to go through that person that really opens us up to healing and, analyzing what it is that we think that we deserve from love, because I truly believe that we accept the love that we think we deserve. And I feel like Spirit is trying to say that, I feel like you're going through it, or you just kind of went through it with this breakup and a lot of heavy emotions and the grief of the loss of the relationship and what you thought you had. And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, no need to worry. Things are going to balance out for you. And you will find somebody that actually loves you and cares for you deeply, that wouldn't manipulate you, wouldn't put you down, wouldn't make you feel a certain way about yourself, okay? I really feel like Spirit is saying to, like, reconnect with yourself at this time. I think that self-care is going to be very important for you. I kind of think I'm getting like the vibe with the rest of the cards that you need to do some like introspection. Now you can kind of see the relationship for what it was. Sometimes when we're in the midst of a relationship that is a toxic or negative one for us, we're not really able to properly reflect on what's going on. And I feel like with this 3 of Wands card, you're now at a different vantage point of this relationship now that it's over, and you can really sit there and process and understand what this individual was doing to you was not okay. And the way that they were controlling and manipulating you was not okay. The way they made you feel about yourself was not okay. And it wasn't healthy either. And I feel like you can really, take the time to review this and, decide how you want to move forward and the relationships you want moving forward. With the water here, with all of the blue that is in, with the lapis lazuli, and there's so much blue in this Ace of Cups card here within this deck. I feel like maybe for some of you, it would be helpful for you to kind of reconnect to nature. Go outside. If the water is something that calls to you, go and sit next to a body of water, or, get into a body of water, take a bath, take a shower, do something that kind of like rinses off this negativity from you and allows you to reconnect with nature and like meditate on what it is that you really want. With the Magician here and the 7 of Pentacles, I really, really get the vibe that you have the ability to manifest the relationship that you're wanting for yourself. It's really funny. I'm just going to tell this like personal story. I don't mean to make this about myself, so I'm so sorry. But I tell people all of the time that I manifested my husband without even meaning to manifest him. When I was younger, when I was like in high school, I love my parents dearly, but my parents aren't exactly like my love role models, if that makes sense. My parents have a very interesting relationship. I don't want to get too much more into it than that today, because I don't want to be here forever. But I knew from a very young age that I wanted a partner. I wanted somebody that would split the housework with me 50-50, that would split, the bills with me 50-50, that would, love me and honor me and provide me with the things that I need to feel taken care of. I'm very much so an acts of service kind of person. When other people do things for me, that is when I feel the most loved. And I knew that I wanted somebody that was not a misogynistic pig, if that makes sense. If you know, you know. I knew what I wanted from a partner, and I said that from a very young age. When I was in high school, I would sit there and think about how if I was going to get married one day, I needed, you know, these kind of qualities out of my partner. Now, everybody is different. Some people need to manifest like down to the kind of car the person drives. For me, it was like I just needed to know what qualities I wanted in another person, and I put those out there all the time. I would say those things to friends, like, I'm not settling down until I find somebody with XYZ qualities. I'm not like settling for anything less, blah blah blah. And the universe made it happen for me. I met my husband, and he's one of the best people I've ever met in my life. He challenges me every day to be a better person, and he challenges me on like even my own idea of love and like how I feel about myself, and has made me realize that I am valuable and that I do deserve love, and like because he loves me so much and he loves me so completely. And I believe that there's a person like that out there for you as well, and I believe that you have the power to manifest and like dream up what kind of relationship and what kind of person that you're wanting. And so right now I feel like you kind of need to get specific about, you know, the qualities that you want in a partner, because now you know what you don't want, right? You had somebody that treated you terribly, made like really, like, I'm getting the vibe that they really tricked you into thinking they were one person instead of the other. They potentially gaslighted you a lot, and you know you don't want those things, right? So I feel like the universe is saying to like become very concrete with what you want. And like the Seven of Pentacles here, I believe, like, I love the way that this card looks actually, with like his eyes closed, and he's like putting all of his energy into this plant, right, into this tree to help it grow. And I feel like for you, you know, the universe is saying like really get specific about what you want in a partner, and you know, focus on you, focus on healing you, like your internal self, and you know, realizing that you are valuable and you're worthy of the love that you want. We all deserve the love that we want and the love that we need in this world. And I feel like the universe is saying like, you know, nothing's going to happen for you overnight. You're not going to meet this person tomorrow, but you know, the more you work on yourself, the more you work on and like get definitive about what you want from a relationship, from another person, you know, the more likely you are to cultivate that, and the more likely you are to come across that person. And I'm telling you, I tell people this all the time, and it's so cliche, but you will meet this person when you least expect it, okay? Like, don't go out there thinking, oh my God, I'm going to meet the love of my life tomorrow. It doesn't work that way, okay? It really doesn't. And I feel like the more we agonize on things sometimes, the more we like inadvertently push them away from ourselves, right? So just like let things be. I know that's hard. Like, I know that's really difficult if you're wanting this person to come in your life now, but really, I feel like Spirit is saying that now you need to focus on recovering. You need to focus on healing yourself. You need to focus on balance, moderation, and like, I'm really just getting the vibe that you need to like meditate and, you know, focus on you, practice some self-care, do things that light you up and make you happy. And the rest will fall into place for you, okay? Just make sure that you're clear about what you want in your next relationship. You can even write it down in a journal if you want, like what you expect out of a future partner. And, you know, personally for me, it's different for everybody. I never said like, I want a partner that looks like this or has these features or whatever. It was more important for me, the characters and qualities of a person, okay? So I think that for you, it'll be really important for you to focus on those things for now. Like, what characteristics and qualities do you want and value in another person as a partner? So that's really the message that I'm getting for you with your tarot reading here. Let's go ahead and get into the other cards that I shuffled that we received from Spirit for you. So first, let's go ahead and go over these mindful message cards here. I actually really like these. So we got recharge. I invite magic into my life always, every day. I grow my connection to this earth. If I am ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. Dude, that's so funny. Like, literally, we just talked about that, where I said that I feel like you need to kind of reconnect with nature and yourself. And, you know, it can be really therapeutic to get out into nature. Trust me, I am not like a hikey nature girl, really, but it can be so therapeutic if you go and sit by a body of water, or, you know, if you're like me, I live in Colorado. So like I have access to the mountains. I don't hike professionally or hike like really crazy difficult hikes, but like, you know, even just doing like a moderate hike or something, reconnecting with nature, I feel like it'll be very good for you. Even for me, a couple of weekends ago, I went out into like I went to the park with my husband. We just had like a little picnic, and we just laid out a blanket and like laid down in the grass for a while, and it was really, really nice. So even something like that could be very beneficial for you. We also have here expansive. Every day I am learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. I love this card, and I really do feel that for you guys. I feel like this relationship really made you question, like I said, your self-worth and what you believe that you deserve in a loving relationship. And I feel like you're learning more and more each day about yourself. And sometimes when we're in like a negative relationship, or we're in a narcissistic dynamic, which is really what I'm feeling from this, I don't love to label things as that, because, you know, this is a general reading and that may have not been the case for everybody. But when we're in those situations, we lose ourselves sometimes, and we lose, you know, we lose the piece of ourselves that, sorry, I'm trying to like come up with the best words, but essentially like we lose this piece of ourselves by trying to make a relationship work that has no business working out, okay? And I feel like you really need to reconnect to yourself and reconnect to your highest self, and reconnect to that frequency, that vibration of love, and what you think love really is, and what you believe you deserve. And, you know, sometimes too, a lot of this stems back into childhood, and we may not think that we deserve a lot in love, but I'm here to tell you that you do, okay? You deserve everything that you want from somebody else. And so if you need to go to therapy and work on yourself and heal those parts of yourself, please do. Like, I will always encourage you to go to therapy and work through some of the things that may have happened to you in your childhood that may make you feel like you don't deserve somebody to love you, and you don't deserve anything other than somebody that's controlling and narcissistic and like gaslighting and just like terrible, toxic, because you do deserve more and better than that, okay? Next, we have follow my joy. Today, I will write down 10 things I enjoy doing, the things that make me feel good and raise my mood. Then I'll pick one or as many as I feel guided to, and go do it. When I'm having fun and enjoying life, I am in a state of allowing for all that I desire. Wow, like this reading is like blowing my mind. I swear to God, you guys, I did not look at these cards before we went over your tarot cards. Like, I'm about to cry for you. Like, this is really, really beautiful. Again, literally, I had mentioned that you need to do things that make you happy and reconnect with yourself and figure out what those things are. And, you know, sometimes we meet the people that we want to when we're like in a state of joy, when we're in a state of happiness, when we're not focused on meeting somebody, when we're not focused on, well, I need to get in a relationship, I need to meet somebody, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you don't. You only need yourself. You need to like learn to love and appreciate and accept yourself first. And, you know, when we are in a good flow and vibration, like, it allows our manifestations to come in faster for us. It allows us to connect to a higher vibration that brings in our manifestations sooner. And I truly, truly believe that. And so for you, you really just need to focus on following what makes you happy and lights you up. Next we have breathe. It's easy for me to return to the present moment simply by breathing. If I am feeling anxious or worried, I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I picture myself filling up with white light. Then exhale and envision stress and tension leaving my body. In this moment, I am free to gently stretch and open my eyes, feeling refreshed. Love it. Again, I feel like this plays into the need for some of you to really tap into meditation here. I feel like meditation will be very helpful for you when reconnecting to yourself and the things that you need and desire from a partner, from a relationship, and even things that you need and desire from yourself, and providing yourself with love and attention that you need, okay? And you know, it also does tie into this Nine of Swords energy. I really did get the vibe that we were very anxious and worried, and sometimes when a relationship comes to an end, and if we've been with that person for a long time, we worry that we'll never meet somebody else, or we'll be alone forever, or whatever, and it's just not true. And you know, I really don't believe that the universe does anything to hurt us. The universe is always, you know, ending things or bringing in new situations to help us, right? So just don't get too wrapped up in that anxiety of like being alone, or, you know, oh, if I would have done something different, this person would have loved me differently. No, okay, not everybody is meant to love you. Not everybody is meant to be in your life for the long term, and not everybody deserves to, okay? So just keep in mind and take some breaths and know that the universe has your highest good in mind, and does things and puts, you know, brings people in and out of your life for a reason, to teach you things, and to help you grow. And this person, this relationship was there to help you grow and to help you realize that you deserve more, okay? So just keep that in mind and don't get too lost in the anxieties and the fears of this relationship being over. And then finally, with these cards anyway, we have commitment. I am committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my highest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. Again, another confirmation from the universe. Like, and with the commitment here too, I really do get the vibe that you need to write down what it is that you want from like another person, like what you're wanting out of a relationship, and really like commit to that, and don't bend or break like what you want and compromise like things that are very important to you for someone else, or again because you're scared that you may not meet anybody else or whatever. Like it's BS, okay? Like a lot of the times I believe that the universe will put people in our pathway that maybe like shouldn't be there or won't be there long term for us, and it's a test for us to, you know, learn and recognize like this person doesn't give me what I need. This person is not for me, okay? And I'm really getting that vibe here with this card too. So don't go back on, like, don't accept less than what you deserve is like essentially what I'm trying to say. Don't accept less than the love that you deserve, okay? And really focus on reconnecting with you and, you know, fixing and healing your inner world, all right? And then that made no sense, I'm sorry. Last but not least, we have some affirmation cards for you that I wanted to go ahead and read for you. So first we have feel. The range of our emotions is meant to be experienced fully, beautifully, and wholly. We are taught to suppress the less pretty emotions for fear that they keep at bay the more desirable ones, the ones that are more pleasant to feel. But to numb one end of this spectrum is to numb the full breadth of our human experience. Allow yourself to feel it all: depth in the sorrow, heat in the anger, stuck in the impatience, radiance in the joy, lusciousness in the pleasure. And if it is any comfort, you can always remember to turn the dial up on some is to turn the dial up on all. So this is a really beautiful card, and I feel that this is really, you know, saying that it's okay for you to like feel all of the stages of this breakup, of this relationship ending, mourning the loss of this relationship, of your relationship with this person, and again, like allowing yourself to really feel those things, and sit in them, because if we don't allow ourselves to sit in these negative emotions, sometimes we don't heal from them. We can't always, logically analyze our emotions. Sometimes we have to sit in them and we have to feel them. And that is one of the only ways that we can come out of it. That's one of the only ways that we can heal. And, I think that that's what Spirit is trying to say, is to allow yourself to feel the emotions and then allow yourself to know that you deserve better, okay? And then finally, we have attitude. What if you were to imagine a world in which everything happened for you instead of one in which everything happens to you? What would you see differently? What would you do differently? The simple act of allowing yourself to shift your perspective has the power to shift your entire life. Guys, this is crazy. I freaking love this reading. I love it when things like this come together. I say this all the time, but there are so many cards in these decks. What is the probability of them actually coming out like this? Unless there is, a driving force behind them, unless there really is Spirit here in the room, guiding me to speak about these things for you, and then literally giving me cards that are affirmative to what we were talking about. Literally, I had said to you guys that the universe doesn't do things to harm you. The universe doesn't do things because it wants to see you, suffer and in pain. The universe does things to teach you a lesson. The universe does things to help you and moves and rearranges things in your highest good always, okay? Always. I got full body chills just saying that. The universe, even though this breakup may have seemed harsh, and you may be sitting there woe is me, and it's okay to feel those feelings, okay? It's okay to feel God, why does this always happen to me? Why does the universe always do these things to me, or God, or whoever it is that you believe in? But I'm telling you, everything really happens for a reason. There aren't coincidences. Things happen because they're supposed to for you, and they may be hard, and they may be difficult, and they may be challenging, but it's literally the universe's way of teaching you your lesson, showing you that things can be different, and also helping you, because you don't want to be with somebody that does these things to you, that makes you feel terrible, that manipulates you, that gaslights you, that tricks you, that fools you. You don't want that. You don't want that. And that is not a good, healthy, loving relationship, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that for you. I love you guys. I really hope that this reading resonated for you, and that you found some comfort in this message, and that, you know that the universe, that your spirit guides love you, and they're only doing things that are that are for your highest good, okay? Even though they may be difficult, they're still only for your highest good. Please keep that in mind. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Please leave me a comment down below to let me know that you got through the reading and it resonated with you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I put out pick a card readings every week. And I love you guys so much. Wishing you all the best on your journey. Thank you again for joining me. Bye. Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you picked the rose quartz crystal and the good karma tarot, then this is your reading for today. So again, just as a disclaimer, because it was a bit noisy in the last reading, if you hear stuff in the background, it's my animals. My French bulldog is snoring right now, and my cat Luna, she is kneading her little bed that we have for her. So you may hear her in the background too. I don't know. Just wanted to warn you. But we'll go ahead and get into your reading for today. So first off, I just want to say that this is giving me very similar energy to pile number 1. So if you were drawn to pile number 1, you may want to check that pile out as well, because there may be some messages in there for you as well. But let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards here. So I actually got a lot for you. They just kind of came out, so I was like, we'll go with it. So we have the 4 of coins, we have the 3 of swords, we have the 5 of coins, the Queen of wands, the hanged woman, the Page of Wands, the Temperance card, and the Sun. So let's go ahead and get into what all of this means for you. So I'm going to be honest with you. The vibe is a little bit different with this reading than pile 1, but like similar messages are coming through for me. And this may be like one particular person that I'm tuning into, but for some of you or one of you or somebody that's listening to this, I feel like you may have been controlled by somebody financially for a long time. I'm getting that feeling with the 4 of Coins here. So for this reading, like as you can see here, you know, there's a woman in this picture that is like grasping on tightly to this coin. And I feel like maybe you were in a partnership, married with somebody that controlled the finances. Maybe you were the stay-at-home parent, or you didn't earn as much and your significant other controlled you financially, controlled where and how money was spent. And I feel like this relationship has come to an end or is going to come to an end. Perhaps you're going through a divorce right now, or, you know, if you weren't married, things have ended, with the 3 of Swords here. And, you know, again, I don't think this is everybody that I'm tuning into, but for some of you, I feel like perhaps this relationship ended due to infidelity. That's just the message that I'm really getting with the 3 of Swords being there. But I feel like this individual was very controlling of you, in a lot more ways than just financially. But unfortunately, when this relationship ended, you very much so felt like the individual pictured here for the 5 of Coins. When we're in a relationship with somebody that kind of holds power over us financially, maybe you were a stay-at-home parent that didn't earn your own money, it can be very difficult and very scary to lose that sense of financial security. And so that's what I'm feeling here. I'm also feeling that for some of you, like if there was infidelity that occurred in your relationship, that you really were left outside in the cold. Like you didn't really know what was going on. Maybe you found out suddenly. It was a shock to you. And there was just like a lot of despair. And I do feel like there was worry around finances because, again, I feel like your partner controlled a lot of the finances and maybe they made more money than you or whatever. I want you to know, though, that with the Sun here, I feel like Spirit is saying to you that everything is going to work out, okay? Like, it can be very scary to feel in lack and to, you know, not be secure financially. Like I said, I've been there and I feel for you. It's scary and it's hard, and I would really encourage you to look into ways that you can heal your root chakra, because our root chakra is actually tied into our feelings of like stability, and that can include financial stability. And sometimes our root chakra can be out of balance when we start to feel that way. But also, just like with everything that's going on, I would just like encourage you to look into that, and, you know, see if there's anything that you're able to do for yourself, like meditations even, or something to kind of help soothe the unbalance that is happening with your root chakra currently. I'm just really getting that energy, and I'm so sorry if that's what you're going through. It is scary, and I acknowledge that it's scary, and it's okay to be scared, but just know that, like, everything is going to work out okay for you. You're going to be all right. Like, you're not going to be destitute and be left alone, you know, in poverty. Like, that's not going to happen to you, okay? With the Sun being here, I feel like this all kind of had to happen for you to find yourself. Sometimes we get so lost in our relationships with other people that we lose ourselves. We lose who we are. We lose our morals. We lose what we stand for and what our ideas of love are. And we lose a lot, okay? And I'm really feeling like the Queen of Wands came out here for you because you need to tap in more to her energy, or you need to surround yourself with people that have Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands is that, like, So also, like, I wanted to say too that some of you may really need to be like tap back into your self-confidence, because, you know, if you've been a stay-at-home parent for a long time, or you know, haven't had to make your own money in a long time, or maybe you weren't making as much money or whatever, it can be a big knock to our confidence when we lose that financial security. And if you haven't had to make your own money in a long time, like, you may be afraid that you can't even do that. And I feel like the Queen of Wands is coming out here to remind you that you are that bitch. You are a bad bitch, and you can make your own money, okay? And you'll survive, and you'll, like, be fine. And just, like, here to remind you to, like, have some confidence in yourself and your abilities, because I think that you're very strong. I think you're stronger than you give yourself credit for, and I think that you have a lot of natural talents that maybe haven't been explored because you were putting so much time and energy and emotion into this relationship with this other person. And, you know, if you have kids involved, you sacrifice and put in a lot of yourself to raise those kids. And, you know, I see it often. I see it in my own parents sometimes, that you lose a piece of yourself if you give too much. And sometimes also, like, if we have kids really young and we get kind of stuck in these situations, we weren't even able to take the time to explore who we are anyways. I really think that the 20s are a very tumultuous time, and sometimes we have to be by ourselves in order to really understand who we are, what our purpose is, what we're capable of, the things that we like and we don't like. And that's not to say that you can't be in a romantic relationship with somebody, but when we have kids and we bring kids into the mix, we give a lot to children. We give a lot of ourselves to our kids, and that is in no way a bad thing. I think that that's what good parents do, is they often, you know, have to sacrifice things for themselves, for their kids, but, you know, the detriment to that is that sometimes we lose ourselves, and sometimes we sacrifice too much. And I think that that's why temperance is coming out here, because, you know, perhaps this happened because you're needing to learn how to better balance and support yourself, and how to balance caring for your children with caring for yourself, because I feel like it's been very out of balance for a long time. And you haven't taken care of yourself, and you really poured all of your love and all of your being into your kids, into your family. And some of you may not have children, but, like, you may have poured a lot of yourself into this partner, and you've poured so much love into them that you've forgotten to give it to yourself. And I feel like you really need to reconnect and do that. Again, you may just need to also surround yourself with people that have Queen of Wands energy, people that are confidence boosters, that want to see you succeed, that hype you up, that make you feel good about yourself. Because really the Queen of Wands is somebody that is confident in herself and her abilities, but she also brings out those qualities in other people and is there to remind you, like, no, you're really good at this, or you're really good at that. Like, why don't you try this? Like, I think you're so talented at that. Like, she's your hype woman, and you may need more people like that in your life. And, you know, again, when we get so wrapped up in a relationship, sometimes we'll lose contact with, like, friends and family and people that were that support system for us. So I think that you kind of need to tap back into some of those relationships so that you can have a support system back. You can have people that hype you up and support you and love you and, you know, want to see you succeed, want to help lift you up. I feel like the Hanged Woman kind of came out here because you're kind of at an impasse right now. Maybe some of this has happened for you already. I really get the feeling that for most of you, you've kind of already gone through this, and you may still be, like, in this place of grief, of healing from the loss of this relationship, and you may feel stuck. Some of you just kind of may be at an impasse right now, and this may also be Spirit's way of saying that, like, it's okay to, like, take a minute, take a beat, and, like, figure out what you want to do next. It's okay to, like, not have a plan right now, because when something like this happens, it can really disrupt so much in our lives and disrupt who we are. And you know, it can be very earth-shattering. It can be, like, a very very difficult time. And so I think that Spirit is really trying to say to you that it's okay. It's okay to take a minute and, collect yourself and figure out what you want to do. You don't have to jump into anything, right away. But it's all right to take a breather, and it's all right to pause. It's okay to literally be in that state of like limbo and trying to like reevaluate what needs to be done next on your journey, on your path. And I do feel like a lot of this is centered around finances, because again, like, I really do feel like for some of you, you are being controlled financially, or you haven't had to make your own money or make a significant amount of money to like solely support yourself for a long time. And so I feel like you do need to take a minute to figure out like, okay, what do I need to do? Like, what steps do I need to take to get myself back into the workforce? Like, what do I need to do? And I feel like the Page of Wands is coming out here because again, like I said earlier, I feel like, excuse me, had a burp there. I feel like some of you kind of lost yourself in this relationship, and, you don't really even know for sure what it is you like to do, because you've been a partner or a mother or a father or whatever, because I don't like to gender anything. Everybody's like life is different, and you've been like seen as that person for so long that you've kind of forgotten like who you are and what you want. And I think that the Page of Wands is coming out here because Spirit is wanting you to like try a bunch of different things. Like, take some time and think about, okay, like maybe this interests me, or, maybe I'd like to pursue this, and take some time to explore those options. I really do believe that you're somebody that has a lot of different talents. I'm just really getting that vibe and that message from Spirit that you're somebody that's like multifaceted, multi-talented, and there are a lot of different things that you're able to do. Like, you have a lot of different options that you could pursue, a lot of different paths. And so I think Spirit wants you to take some time to explore those options, take some time to be a beginner, and really find the thing that like you're passionate about and that you enjoy doing, because I feel like that's what's going to get you here to the sun. Okay. I feel like you doing things that light you up and make you excited and make you happy, that doing things that you truly enjoy are what are going to get you to your moment in the sun, to this brightness, back to this sense of like peace and tranquility, and like your needs are being met. And I feel like you're going to get there, but I just think that Spirit wants you to explore all of your options, because I think you have a lot available to you. And you may not even realize it right now. You may be thinking, Clarissa, you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Like, I have no options available to me. That's why I'm freaking out internally. But I don't think that's true. And I think that you need to stay open to the things that the universe presents to you. Because if we're open and we allow ourselves to be open and we say, you know what, I trust that you're going to take care of me, things will kind of fall into your lap. Things out of nowhere will fall into your lap. And pay attention to the things that people say to you as well, because I get the feeling that you may be a person that receives messages through the universe from other people. I'm one of those people too. I always receive messages from the universe through other people. And I get that feeling from you as well. So just stay open, try to reconnect with you and like the things that make you happy, and, start doing those things. And also keep in mind that it's okay that like you're beginning and you're not going to be perfect at those things when you first start. And that's okay. That's kind of the fun of it sometimes. So that's really what I'm seeing for you with the tarot. Let's go ahead and get into some of these other cards that I received for you today. So I have my Mindful Messages deck here, and we'll take a look at the cards that we got for you. Tune in. Today, before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hands on my heart space and take a few deep breaths. I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honor however I'm feeling. You guys, I don't know what it is today, but Spirit is really speaking today. I don't know. I feel like this really ties into like what we've already talked about. Take some time, tune into yourself, take a breather, take a minute. And, honor the things that you're really wanting and how you feel. It's okay to like be in this state of lack, to be in this state of worry, but it's not okay to let ourselves stay there. It is okay to feel the emotions though. And it is okay to take a break and take a minute and pause, because I really get the feeling that for most of you, this has been your life like for a long time. Like you've been with this person for a long time. You've been in this relationship for a long time. And I really get the feeling that, you know, you're not used to getting to explore what makes you happy and what makes you excited. So take the time to do that. And I feel like that's confirmation from Spirit that you need to take the time to explore and tune into yourself and what you want, okay? Next, we have Breathe. We have, it's easy for me to return to the present moment simply by breathing. I am feeling anxious. If I am feeling anxious or worried, I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I capture myself feeling, oh my God, I cannot read today. I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I picture myself filling up with white light. Then exhale and envision stress and tension leaving my body. In this moment, I am free to gently stretch and open my eyes, feeling refreshed. I got this card also for pile number 1. They also received this card. So if you felt drawn to pile number 1, I think there may be messages in there for you as well. And this may kind of be confirmation of that. But again, like, it's okay to be here. It's okay to be worried and to be scared about what's coming next. It's not okay to continue to like sit and sulk in it, okay? Like, it's all right to feel those feelings. It's okay to be scared. Your feelings are always valid. I will always validate you and your feelings here. But, you know, at some point we have to move on from this. We have to like get to this place where we're exploring ourselves and the things that make us happy in order for us to have this moment in the sun, for us to be joyous and happy and, you know, grateful. And I just think that that's more confirmation from Spirit to like take a minute, take a pause, take some deep breaths, realize that like everything that happens is for your best interest and it's always for your higher good, even if it doesn't feel like that in the moment. I promise you that it is. And everything's going to be okay. It's going to work out for you, all right? Like, the cards literally say it's going to work out for you. So just trust that it will. And you may also, like, need to meditate. You may also need to get into some meditation and, you know, really reconnect with yourself and your desires, okay? We also have Fuel. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself just as much as I do for others. When I make sure I am taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. I mean, come on, dude. Like, this is crazy today. I just love it when things line up like this and really give us more confirmation of the things we already went over. Because again, like I told you in the beginning, I feel like things have been off kilter for quite some time. I feel like you've been giving more than you've been receiving, and you need to like balance these things out. You need to implement like the ideas of temperance and really focus on balance and self-care, self-love, like really kind of temperance also does focus on like transmuting energy. And so the negative energy that you may be feeling, like, you have the ability to work through that and like turn this negative stuff into beautiful, like a beautiful positive outcome. Okay, I know you do. I feel that you do. I know you have the ability to do that. And make sure that you're like fueling yourself with things that actually excite you and like make you happy, things that like you want to wake up and do every day. Don't get stuck in doing like things that don't make you happy just because you feel like you have to get by and to survive. I'm telling you, the universe wants to take care of you. Let it take care of you. And, you know, picture yourself, you know, in the life that you want, happy and joyous, and like really feel all of the beautiful emotions that you feel when you get to this point of the sun, and let the universe take care of the rest, okay? Like, just focus on putting like love and happiness and joy into the things that you do, and the universe will take care of the rest, okay? I also got nurture. It's okay to want to stay home and be alone. I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel, and I take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. I mean, come on, like literally. Again, take care of yourself. Do everything in moderation. Don't give more of yourself than you need to. Like, I understand if you're a parent, you have to give a lot to your children, but like, give back to yourself too. Do nice things for yourself, and make sure that you take care of you too, okay? Because like, no one is going to take care of you but you. So you need to take care of you, and you need to make sure that you're at a place where you can give back to the people that you love. Fill your cup before filling everybody else's, okay? It's cliche, but it's the truth. All right, and then I have these affirmation cards for you as well. So I have flow. This state has been calling to you for some time now. You know it well. Your body craves it. Your heart cries out for it. The state in which the body and the heart and the mind dance together as one. The state in which everything is easeful, where creating and doing and being come naturally. This is your permission slip to lean into it. Go ahead. Take a deep breath in and release any lingering ties to the outcome. Open the space within you that allows for flow to be. I don't really think I need to explain that to you guys. I literally just said it. And I promise you, like, I do not look at these cards before I get into your reading. I looked at your tarot cards because I laid them out before I turned on the camera. But I did not look at the rest of these cards, and it's crazy to me how much they're tying in. Like, just let yourself be. And really, I really believe that when we're doing something that we truly enjoy and we truly love, the universe works miracles and like magic for us to be able to continue to do those things, because ultimately the universe only wants you to be happy, only wants you to succeed, only wants good things for you. And so take the time to explore, lean into the things that make you happy, and just like allow yourself to be and flow and let the universe take care of the rest. Okay, and then we have for you, what does this say? Learn. Sorry, I couldn't read the cursive there. Oh, I'm like really burpy here. Sorry. The time is upon you to broaden your horizons, but it doesn't have to be in a traditional sense. For not all education takes place in a classroom, and not all learning is found within books. What speaks to your soul right here, right now, become hungry for it. Chase after it. Immerse yourself in anything and everything there is to know about what this voice is telling you to learn. Dude, I'm sorry. Like, I can't get over this today. Literally this card, like literally the Page of Wands here. Do what makes you happy. Do what lights you up. Do what you're passionate about. Take the time to learn new skills. Like, again, I am somebody that does not believe that we always need to get a formal education to learn everything, okay? There are things you can learn. Like, I did not get a formal education to learn tarot. There are things you can learn just because they fascinate you, they interest you, there's something that you want, and you are more than capable of doing it. Like I said, you are somebody with a lot of natural gifts. I know you are. And I know that you have the ability to do what you want in this life. You have the ability to create the life that you want for yourself. And for some of you, like, because that Page of Wands is showing like cooking, for some of you, maybe you need to like get into cooking. Maybe you're a really fabulous cook. Maybe you've always wanted to open your own bakery or whatever. Maybe you've wanted to always do this, or this. But again, because somebody was controlling you financially, they told you that you couldn't. They told you that you weren't good enough to do those things, that you couldn't accomplish those things. And that's bullshit, okay? It's bull. A lot of the times people project their own insecurities onto us. And if you want to go back to like, if you want to do like cosmetology school, or if you want to like, you know, learn how to become like an eyelash tech, or there are so many different things that you can do nowadays that you do not need a freaking degree for. So you don't have to go back to school if that is not something that is within like your ability, your capabilities to do right now. That is perfectly fine. There are so many things you can do and learn, so many skills that you can utilize that I don't even think that you realize that you have yet. And that's why I think Spirit wants you to take a minute and figure out what you're passionate about, and then like pour yourself into it, okay? That is the message that I'm getting for you guys today, pile number 2. I know that it wasn't like necessarily focused on like your love life in the future or anything, or what's gonna happen, but like it did give us information kind of about what's been happening in your love life and what you need to do to like kind of move on from that, okay? I'm wishing you all of the like love and success. I just know that you're gonna create a very beautiful life for yourself, and all of this that happened, it one day you're gonna look back on it, and like it can be really hard to be grateful for the difficult situations in the time like when they're happening, but I'm always somebody that looks back on stuff and is like, you know what, that totally happened for a reason. It was really hard, really difficult, but I survived it. I came out of it. I'm stronger because of it. And that was supposed to happen to me. And, you know, I know it's difficult when it's actually happening, and you're allowed to like be upset about it and, you know, to not see it as a blessing right now and be grateful for it. That's totally fine. But I just want to let you know that I feel like what's to come is so beautiful for you, and I'm wishing you all the love and success, and I really hope that you take the time to explore yourself and the things that you want out of your life. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me today. If you resonated with this reading, please give me a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know you got through your reading. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next pick a card reading. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello there, pile 3 viewers. If you picked the Aventurine, the Green Aventurine, and the Modern Witch Tarot deck, then this reading is for you. So, before we get into it, if you hear anything in the background, it's probably my pets trying to get into the room. This is being filmed on a different day than the other 2 readings. And so, you know, my pets aren't in the same room as me, but they may try to get in. So if you hear anything in the background, that's what's going on. Let's go ahead and get into your reading though here, pile number 3. So I'm getting a very interesting message actually for your reading. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like, okay, like maybe it's just this card, but I'm getting like a lot of Capricorn energy here. Somebody that is very like strong and independent and like made their own way in life. And I don't know, I really get the feeling with this 9 of Cups card that like you're very successful and you've accomplished a lot so far in your life. And you're honestly like, what good would a relationship serve me? Like, I feel like for you, your partner needs to be somebody that is also well established, somebody that also has made it on their own. You have like you have a lot of like qualifications that you look for in a partner, and that's very commendable. Like, and I also get that feeling with the Queen of Swords here, which we'll get into in a minute, but I feel like you definitely have like a very strong sense of self and a very strong sense of like who you want and what you want from a partner. I love that you got like 2 queens here too. You got the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. And I'll get into both of those here in a minute, but like the 9 of Cups is like a very beautiful card, and it really is kind of about like, you know, us reaching those milestones that we've wanted to reach, and you know, being able to, you know, give back a little bit more, being like generosity of spirit, of self. I see the 9 of Cups as somebody that like is a very good networker, somebody that knows how to like meet the right people and find the right people to also like help them advance in their career. But the 9 of Cups is also like a very generous person. So even though you may have this like tough exterior where you're like, yeah, I'm a boss ass bitch and I've accomplished a lot, I feel like there is a part of you that wants to connect with somebody. But again, I don't feel like you're going to settle for just anybody. And with these 2 queens being here, especially the Queen of Swords, she is definitely someone who knows how to set boundaries with other people, who knows how to go after what she wants, is very logical in nature. And I feel like that is like a very good exemplification of like what you are and who you are and what you stand for. I feel like maybe in the past, like before you had accomplished all of these things, maybe you didn't have as great of confidence in yourself. And, now you do. Now you know your worth and you're not willing to settle for the bullshit. And you're very good at like cutting to the point and like cutting to the truth of who somebody is, if that makes sense. Like, you aren't somebody that can be fooled easily by like someone's facade of what they try to put out into the world and who they pretend to be. You like cut through the bullshit immediately, and pretty instantaneously if you trust somebody and if you want a relationship to move forward. With the Queen of Wands, again, I get like very confident energy. I feel like you are somebody that really like hypes other people up, that you really exude like self-confidence, and you know who you are, you know what you want. I also feel like maybe for some of you, you're very creative, you're very passionate, you've gone after the things that like light you up and make you happy and that make you feel driven in life. And honestly, like, I think that you're very content being by yourself, but also there's like a part of you, for some of you anyway, that like want somebody to share your life with. But again, like, you're not gonna settle for just anybody. Like, I feel like I'm getting this like picture in my mind of somebody that has this long pros and cons list where they weigh out their relationships, they weigh out other people, and yeah, I think that you're very much so like logical in nature. Like I said, I get like really strong Capricorn energy, but you could also be a fire sign or an air sign. But yeah, I feel like you're very logical and you really think things through, and you know what you want and what you expect out of a relationship, and you're like that person that kind of has everything like planned out to a T of like what you're wanting in your relationships. It's really funny that the Eight of Wands came out actually, because I feel like you may actually meet the person that you're looking for, believe it or not, like through a dating app or like online, or it could even be somebody that like maybe you work with but you've only worked in like an online space with. So somebody that like you're not super connected with, super familiar with, but like I'm getting the vibe that like you're gonna meet this person like through an online space one way or another. And it could also be that like maybe they're a friend of a friend on social media and you guys end up liking each other's posts or something, and you end up talking and you have, you get together and go on a date or whatever. But I feel like there's gonna be somebody that you connect with like online, or knowing, like, literally I just got this I just got this feeling, even that for some of you, it could be like someone you meet on LinkedIn. Maybe you're like a hiring manager or something. Maybe you are like somebody high up in the corporate world and you guys meet like through LinkedIn or something like that. I don't know. Like, I'm just getting the vibe that this is gonna be something that transpires like through the internet in some way, shape, or form. I really feel like this person is gonna like restore your faith in humanity and in like the opposite sex. So for some reason, I'm really getting the feeling like, you're a woman or you identify as like feminine or female, and that this is gonna like restore your faith in men and humanity. And just like in dating also, I feel like this person's gonna give you like a lot of hope that it's a good thing that you held out as long as you did and that you waited for this person to come around, because I'm really seeing like beautiful things like progressing here, especially with the star here, the Lovers, and the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is all about like commitment, and it's all about, really having that bond with somebody, that like emotional bond, not just like a physical bond with somebody, but really having like a deep emotional connection. And I really see that for you. I see that you will find like your equal, your partner, and especially with like the Lovers being here too, I feel like this person will bring out the best in you. And I don't know. I just have like a lot of really like giddy, happy energy for you because I really do. I feel like this individual will bring out the very best in you and you guys will complement each other very well. And I really feel like you will nourish one another as well. Like, I love here with the star how we are, like, you know, the star actually is indicative of Aquarius. It represents Aquarius. And Aquarius is the water bearer, but I love how with like this card and this depiction that, you know, we're pouring water back onto the earth. We're like nourishing the earth. We're giving water back into this lake or pond or wherever. And so I feel like this relationship will actually be like very nourishing and it will be like a partnership. It's not going to be like one of you is the dominant one in the relationship. I feel like you will see each other as equals and you will live your life out together as equals, and you will really have just kind of found that other part, that missing piece. You know, this person could also, like, especially with the Lovers and the Two of Cups being here, I feel like this person could be like a soulmate or could be like a twin flame, or somebody that is just like very important that you were supposed to meet and make a soul connection with. But yeah, I feel like I feel like you are very strong and level-headed and you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you're looking for. And, you know, I've talked about this. I talked about this, I believe, in pile number 2. But it's been like a day since I've recorded those, so I could be wrong. It could be pile number 1. But, you know, I think that by you sitting there and really like being focused on like what you wanted with a partner, that the universe is really like answering this call. Like, you know, especially when you meet this person, you're gonna be like, wow, like, I don't know, like your faith, like your hope in the universe and God and whatever it is you believe in will kind of be restored, and you'll be like, wow, somebody was actually listening to me when I was, you know, being very explicit with the qualities that I wanted in my romantic partner. Yeah, I just like, I don't know. I really don't know what else to add here because I feel like you manifested this person and you may have done it like, you know, without even really realizing it. But when we get very specific, and especially for some people, when we get very specific about what we want, the qualities that we want in somebody, which I feel like you've done and I feel like you've been doing for quite some time, eventually those things, you know, do surface if we are adamant about them, we stay if we stay within alignment of those things, and we, you know without a doubt that, you know, that is what we want from somebody. Those are the things that we desire. But yeah, I see like a very beautiful partnership, a very beautiful commitment between the two of you. And I feel like you guys will understand each other on a level that other people don't understand you. Because like I said, I feel like there is more to you than just like this individual that is very hardworking, very dedicated, you know, has risen and climbed the corporate ladder or whatever, you know, kind of field or position you work in. But I feel like you're kind of like a boss, or you're like top level management, and you've busted your ass to get there. But like, I feel like there's more to you than just that, and you don't always let people see that side of you. And I feel like you will let this person in, and you'll let this person see those sides of you that you don't necessarily show to everybody, because I really do feel like you exude like the Queen of Wands energy. Like, you can be very guarded like the Queen of Swords is, and you know how to set boundaries with people, but you also know how to like give people the love and support that they need. And you are a very like creative problem solver, and I feel like people come to you all the time to solve their problems, but like you haven't always necessarily had that. You haven't always necessarily had somebody that has been there for you to help you. And I feel like this person that you're going to meet, and you may have already, maybe you've already met, and you know, you're starting to see like you're starting to see how the universe aligned for you guys to meet each other, and you're starting to see that you guys are a good match together. But I feel like this person will really understand you and will really like see all sides of you and love and accept like every piece of you. And I just really love that for you, pile number 3. I think that this is like a very beautiful reading. But let's go ahead, since we kind of went over your tarot there, let's go ahead and get into some of the additional cards that I received for you today. And we'll talk about those as well and see what other messages for your love life or advice that Spirit may have for you. So we have gratitude here. I love acknowledging all the little things I am grateful for, no matter what I have going on. I always have things to be thankful for. Whenever I'm feeling upset, I can fill up a page with the things I appreciate. This begins to shift my mood and focus on to that which brings me joy. I really like this for you, pile number 3, and I feel like it kind of plays into what I was talking about here with you really like being able to acknowledge, oh wow, like somebody was actually listening to me. The universe actually did hear me when I asked for, these things. And if you're not practicing it already, I think that it's very important, because we can get so wrapped up in the mundane aspects of life, and we can get so bogged down by those things that we forget to be grateful for the things that we currently have. So even if you haven't met this person yet, I feel like Spirit is saying to you to like be grateful for all of the things that you do have, all that you've accomplished, really commend yourself, and like understand that like you worked really hard to get where you are. I do believe that the universe like puts things in our pathway and like helps us with our alignment, and puts us on the path that we're supposed to be. But I feel like you have worked really hard to get where you are, and it's okay to practice like gratitude and be thankful for what you have. And the universe rewards us and gives us things when we practice gratitude, and when we are grateful for the things that we do have. So, I think that if you haven't already, it may be very helpful for you to also, like have a gratitude journal. I feel like you're a journaler anyway, or you write things down, because like I said, I feel like you have a pros and cons list for your future significant other. But, it may be helpful for you to start expressing, gratitude. And that can just be as simple as, writing down 5 things that you were grateful for that happened throughout the day. But yeah, I think that when you do get this person that comes in your life, you're just going to be that much more grateful that you like waited for this person in particular, and that you didn't give in and like lower your standards for somebody that wasn't worthy of you and worthy of your time. Next, we have creator of happiness. I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. It is not dependent on any outside source or individual, therefore it cannot be taken away. It can always be found within me. I really like this card, and I feel like it really does go into, gratitude and acknowledging like all of the beautiful things that you already have. Because, you played a hand in creating your current reality. And I think that the universe is really trying to say here, or your spirit guides or whoever, are really trying to say here that, you created so much of your happiness already, and you'll continue to be able to do those things. I feel like you're very much so that type of person that like manifests the things that they want into their life, maybe even without knowing it. And so I feel like the universe is saying that like, if you continue to have a grateful heart, if you continue to hold on to these qualities and characteristics, and again, like I'm just getting this message over and over again that you do not need to lower your standards for anybody. Your standards are high for a reason, because you deserve a person that fits like all of those things that you're looking for, all of those important things. Now, like I'm not saying that if your, dream like mate, if you've been like, oh, they have to have like blonde hair, and you meet somebody with brown hair, that's a deal breaker. Like I think that you're smart enough and like wise enough to know exactly what I mean here. Like don't settle for somebody that that doesn't do half of the housework, if that's what you were wanting. Don't settle for somebody that, doesn't want kids, if that's what you're wanting. Don't settle for somebody that doesn't respect you, doesn't respect women, doesn't respect like your career and the things that you've accomplished, if that's not what you're wanting. Like just make sure that this individual that they really align with like who you are and the things that you're wanting. And, at the end of the day, we all create like our own universe, our own reality. We create our own happiness. And so I really think that Spirit is trying to say here that like, also like don't dwell on the things that you don't have. Dwell on the things that you do have and the things that are to come, the things that you will have. So don't focus so much on, well, like I have all of these things, but like I really want, to start a family, or I want this, or that. Like those things will come for you as long as you stay grateful and for the things that you currently have, and like just really know that those things will come for you. I know that they will. Like I see it. They're going to come for you. And you'll have those things if that's what you're really wanting. So, just continue to like dwell in that place of gratitude, and a grateful heart continues to attract things to it that it wants. Okay. Let's see here. So we also have subconscious mind. I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, I want money. I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my post and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. I feel like this card is literally repeating exactly what I just said. And let me tell you why. So I think that like you, pile number 3 viewer, you are female presenting, you're a female, you're somebody that like identifies as a female. And what does the world always literally tell us? It beats into us at a young age that, oh, well, if you're not married by this age, like you're going to end up alone. You're going to end up by yourself. Like you're never going to have a family. You're never going to have this or that. And it's just not true. It's just not true. I think that, everything happens with divine timing. And for you, it was more important for you to focus on your career and establishing yourself than to focus on a relationship. And I do kind of get the vibe with the 9 of Cups here, especially with like her arms being crossed here. It's just not like the most welcoming energy that I'm getting from this card. I'll be honest with you. Like she is smiling in the card. But I don't know. It's like kind of that like closed off energy of like, I have all of these beautiful things, but again, I feel like there's this desire, to have a family, to have like a person. And I want you to know that Spirit is saying that you're perfectly complete and whole by yourself. And you don't have to like continue to sit there and think, well, because I don't have a husband, or I don't have a family, or I don't have, this or that like I'm incomplete. And, it's just not true. Again, like I feel like the world, like our society just kind of beats into us from a young age that, you have to be married by this point in time. You have to have kids by this point in time. And I don't see that for you. Like I see that you kind of beat to the path of your own drum, and, you're just like, you're honestly like a breaker of like the status quo and like what people expect of you. And I feel like that's why you've accomplished all of the things that you have. And that's why you are so accomplished. So don't feel like just because you don't have these things right now that they'll never come, because they definitely will. And it may take some like subconscious reprogramming to realize that like, like I said, I think that you are somebody that manifests easily, even if you don't realize it. And it may just take some like reprogramming on your end to realize like, I've put these things out in the universe. This is what I've asked for, and this is what I will receive. Okay. Let's see here. We also have conscious focus. What I focus on, I attract more of. Starting with today, I will be more conscious of what I choose to spend time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that bring me joy, and see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. So again, I think that this kind of ties into what we were talking about here with the subconscious mind, as well as like being able to create your own happiness, right? Because happiness really comes from within. And I'm just also getting the message here from Spirit that like, you don't need anybody, okay? You don't. Like, you can fulfill yourself. And I think that you know that too. You fulfilled yourself financially, and you can also fulfill yourself emotionally. And I do hope that you get to the point where you are like the one that fulfills yourself emotionally, because we can't depend on a partner to do all of those things for us, right? Like, they can't be everything for us all of the time. We have to be able to fulfill ourselves emotionally as well, and not depend on other people to do those things. And so, focus on the negative thoughts that come up around relationships with your subconscious mind. Try to, reframe those things, those ideologies, and also like try to figure out where they come from, because a lot of the times those aren't even us speaking. That's other people that have told us certain things about relationships. And maybe that's why I kind of get the feeling that you were standoffish for a while and you did focus so much on your career because of things that people told you about what a relationship entails. I know that for me, for a really long time, I thought that as soon as you got married, you had to have kids. I've been married for a year and a half now, and I've been with my partner for literally, it's going to be 9 years in November. That's crazy to think about. And I don't think about kids at all. But, you may be different. And again, like, you may have ideologies like that have kind of like also prevented like a relationship from coming in for you, because you have an idea of what a relationship is supposed to look like and like what's supposed to happen, within that relationship. And while I think that that's really great that you do have those ideas for like qualities of your partner and the things that you expect from somebody, it can hinder us in terms of like, I'm trying to think of the exact wording here, sorry. It can hinder us in terms of, us thinking, okay, well, like, I can't have a relationship right now because I've got to focus on my career, or, I'm not ready to settle down and stop doing X, Y, and Z. But like, you don't necessarily always have to do those things. It's just all about like your partner, your relationship, and like the things that you both want out of life. So, just know that, the things that we focus on are the things that we attract. And a lot of the times we do have to focus on fixing the thoughts that come up for us subconsciously, as well as, really focusing on creating our own happiness and creating the things that we desire, the outcomes that we desire based on, because it really does like all start in our subconscious mind and the things that we focus on. And that is kind of how we create our own reality. So, all of these are really tying in well for me. I feel like it's just things that Spirit wants you to focus on and things that Spirit wants you to acknowledge. And then finally, we have nurture. It's okay to want to stay home and be alone. I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel and take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. And I feel like this message is really coming out because Spirit acknowledges how much you've been working. Like, I really do feel like you're kind of a workaholic and you work a lot and you pour a lot of yourself into your work. And I think that Spirit is really wanting you to like know that it's okay to slow down a little bit. It's okay to like pursue relationships, fall in love, start a family if that's what you want. It's okay to like take some time out because you have put so much time and energy into your work, okay? So I feel like that's why that card is coming out for us. But also, like, it's okay to give yourself some love and some attention, some TLC, some self-care, okay? Like, those things are always necessary. And, sometimes those things kind of help us clear out, like, any negative energy that we may have been building up. They help us kind of, like, refocus. And they help us, I feel like sometimes for a lot of us, especially for myself, they do help you open up a little bit more to the things that the universe wants to give you. So if you haven't met this person yet, I feel like this is coming out because Spirit wants you to take a break and to relax and to have fun. And not everything in life has to be taken super seriously. I think that you've taken a lot of things very seriously, and I commend you for that. But, like, it's okay to have fun and to, like, relax and to, get to know somebody. And you don't always have to determine right away if somebody is, like, not a great fit for you. You can see somebody for a little while and then be like, you know what? Actually, the more I get to know you, the more I'm like, I don't really think that this is going to work out, okay? So let's move on to the last two cards that I have for you. Just like some affirmations to get some more messages here from Spirit. So we have redirect. It's a funny thing, life. We lay down these plans, we compile the lists, but try as we may, we can never truly map out all the divine has in store for us. But what if we understood that's what's divinely in store for us is often far better than anything we could ever concoct on our own. And so it is with much grace and even more humility that we allow ourselves to be redirected, guided to all that is true for us. I really like that for you guys. I think that, again, kind of like what I was saying earlier, I think it's important to have an idea of, the kind of partner that you want in your life, the kind of person that you want like long term and to have like a committed relationship with. But like it's okay if that person doesn't fit every single like physical quality that we thought that they would. That person doesn't necessarily look like we thought that they would, or have the job that we thought that they would, or work with the kind of people and the kind of places and live in the place that we thought that they would, or whatever it may be. I'm not telling you to like give up on the ideas that you have for your person, but I'm saying that like be open. I think that that's what Spirit is really trying to say here, is to like be open, because I really got the feeling like when I was talking about you meeting this person like in an online space, that some of you didn't love that because there's so much like stigma around dating apps and like dating websites and things like that. But be open to it, like really be open to it, because I do feel like that is how this is going to happen, how this connection will occur. And, be open to the possibilities, be open to the kind of people that you can meet and like the various different ways you can meet them, because there are so many different ways you can meet somebody online nowadays. It's not just that it has to be a dating app, or it has to be like some website where you put all your information and like make a profile in. It doesn't have to be like that. Like I said, maybe you'll meet this person because they, like I said, maybe you run your own business or something, or you are a hiring manager and you meet this person like on a Zoom call, or who knows. Like there are so many different ways you can do it. So just be open to like the possibility of the way that things can happen for you, and know that like the universe always has your best interest at heart. So even though you may not love the idea that you'd meet somebody like through the internet, know that the universe like is always like moving things around to work in your favor, okay? Finally, I have for you adventure. You can feel it, can't you? A gentle tug here, a soft push there, the steady whisper of adventure humming deep within your belly, begging you to come and dance with it. So what are you waiting for? Make the change, take the risk, embark on the journey. You were never meant to thrive within anything else but that which makes your soul come alive. I really like this too, and I think it ties into literally what I just said about like being open and just kind of letting life carry you, like go with the flow a little bit more, because I do get the feeling that like you're very much so a type A person. You've done things a certain way your whole life. Be open to the possibilities that the universe has for you and presents to you, and the different people that it's trying to like bring into your life. Because again, I think that's how you're going to find your person, is once you kind of open up a little bit more, and also like tap into the confidence of the Queen of Wands that everything's going to work out in your favor. Everything will work out the way it's supposed to. Like have fun, enjoy the ride, go on that adventure, because meeting somebody and like falling in love with them, it is an adventure, and it's a fun like experience that everybody should have once in their life. I think more, but at least once in their life. And let yourself be enthralled by the adventure. And it's okay also, like I'm getting this message too from Spirit, that it's okay for you to kind of dabble around a little bit here and there. Like if you don't find this person right away, that's okay. It may take a couple people that you go through before you find somebody. And I am like the first person to sit there and be like, how do people meet off dating apps? But they do it every single day. Like literally, I've been to like 3 or 4 weddings over the last couple of years where people have met through like Hinge or something like that, and like they're happy together and they're perfect for one another, and it just ended up working out. And so just have faith that that could happen for you too, okay? Because it happens a lot. And just know that whatever happens, you're being divinely guided. And you'll know, like, clearly you'll know, because I feel like you have a good sense of yourself, like I said in the beginning, and like your boundaries and what you want. You'll know if this person isn't right for you. But it's okay to have fun and explore and just like enjoy yourself, okay? So those are the messages that I got for you today, pile number 3, regarding your love life and any advice that Spirit has for you. I hope that you found this message helpful. I know I kind of rambled there a little bit in the middle, but I've been getting like easily distracted by like my location where I am. I should probably move my desk. But anyway, thank you so much for listening to my rambling. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that this message resonated with you. If it did, please give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below to let me know that you made it through your reading. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I try to put out pick a card readings once a week. So anyway, thank you again so much for joining me, and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.